Hello, you beautiful soul, welcome back to my channel. For you all chosen people, these are the types of people you should unequivocally avoid being friends with, or being kind to. But rather than avoiding them entirely, I would encourage you to speak out against these behaviors. Being able to keep doing what they are doing in the dark is the reason these types both exist and propagate. The point is whether we are all realizing that these things are wrong or not, and keep doing it or stop doing it. If a person is habitual possessor of any of these negative traits and keeps practicing these throughout their entire life, then there is something wrong with them. And they cannot be qualified to be regarded as authentic kind of people, in my opinion. You have to know you are born here to be greater than what you have been told. And most people we surround ourselves either help us to achieve greatness in life or destroy our goals and ambitions. Here they are. Number 15. Avoid the jealous ones. For you all chosen ones, you all are trusted with some kind of unique abilities, and most people tend to be jealous about this. They are the most disgraceful ones, and though they are not habitual slanderer or backbiters, their main characteristic is to engage others in mental skirmishes. They particularly backbite the person who they are jealous of. Sometimes, they behave with you as if they are your truest friends, by flattering you with all the needed embellishments in order to know your weakness, and exploit them later on. And sometimes, their behaviors compels you to think that they are your open adversaries. As it is rightly said, three things cannot be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Whenever you achieve something or do something of great value, they try to thrust you into the realm of frustration by their torrential criticisms. You do something marvelous, people appreciate and make you feel gratified, then these jealous people come up with their infallible decrees, and try to highlight your achievement as a mere fateful coincident, that leaves you disheartened. They do their best to make sure you become a victim of inferiority complex. Play with them carefully. Number 14. Avoid the competitors. These are the people for whom everything is a competition. They must always be right. You must always be wrong. In a healthy friendship, competition is great. Maybe you and your friends compete to spend the least money on the best clothes, argue about who has the best stylist, make bets on whose team is the best, or even compete against each other at sports. Everyone loves a good competition, and as humans we love to compete. But with these people, good-natured competition becomes backbiting, and their only goal seems to be bringing you down like a villain in a children's movie. They only talk to you to get information to use against you. They lie about things you have done or said. They will change their own opinion just for the pleasure of disagreeing with you. They always seem irritated or angry with everything you say or do. They need to be avoided. Number 13. Avoid the users. You all know what you have gone through in life as a chosen one. Do not allow users to use you. Sometimes, you tend to be kind, empathetic and loving, but the worst part of this is that people don't reciprocate your love and kindness. They only want to use you. They only show up when they need a ride, or to borrow some cash, or a babysitter. They invite you to their child's birthday party and then take off with all their friends, the other parents, and leave you watching the kids for hours. When they want something, they ask you to buy it for them. Buying things for them is often a condition of hanging out with them. I can't go to the club tonight, I can't afford a dress. I can't go to the con with you, I can't afford a cosplay. They never call just to talk or come over just to hang out. Number 12. Avoid pathological liars. I don't think I really need to explain this one. But the only thing I want to say here is that it is hard to lie to a chosen one, because most of them already have their third eyes open, which enables them to see through people's lies and deceit. Chosen ones are naturally sensitive kind of people, and I don't really think that liars can get away with a lot when dealing with the chosen ones. Number 11. Avoid substance abusers, especially if they are family members. As a chosen one, you need to throw a wrench in the idea that giving them money, free food, and free housing is doing the right thing, and having respect for human life. In fact, it is rewarding negative behaviors. Not only are we disrespecting our own homes and neighborhoods, propagating addiction, and destroying property values, we are doing no favors to the addicts themselves. Addicts need to hit rock bottom to understand that the life they are living is the wrong one. As long as they are being rewarded for their addictions, they will never stop abusing substances. As long as people are making excuses for them, they will not stop. Besides, the disturbing trend toward community funds being put only into addiction programs has led to an increase in suffering for more often marginalized groups. When families make up 40%, and single men another 35% of the poor and homeless, while these addicts make up less than 12%, why are communities building methadone clinics instead of social housing? We as a society and as individuals need to start ignoring these substance abusers. Yes, even if they kill themselves. Number 10. Avoid the threateners. People who threaten to hurt you or themselves, or complain that you will cause some untold hurt to them just by living your life. There's a difference between someone on welfare telling a worker they will starve to death if they are cut off benefits, a very real and true fear, and a woman telling her boyfriend she will commit suicide if he doesn't take off work to go drinking with her. Sadly, it is the second type that tends to get the most attention. This needs to be called out and stopped. I have seen far too many teens and 20s suffering from severe depression and self-blame because a friend blamed them for a self-harm or suicide attempt. Avoid these people by telling them to seek therapy until they're ready and able to pursue a friendship. Number 9. Avoid the blamers and shamers. No one need to blame you for anything. Is it for saying the truth? Or for protecting your energy? Everything is someone else's fault. And everyone needs to know it. These people have seen a huge surge in recent years because of social media that allow them to be mainly anonymous while calling out others. These are the people responsible for sharing information that may or may not be correct, placing blame, usually for something terrible and usually on the wrong person, and ganging up on said person like a bunch of villagers with pitchforks. Joining groups with these people is a great way to end up at the business end of a pitchfork or a lawsuit one day. Beware the person you've just met, who gives you a rundown of all the people at the office, or in the neighborhood who you should avoid, the person who seems to know everyone's darkest secrets. 9 to 10 of the time, the secrets are made up and they're destroying someone's reputation. Be particularly aware of this being used as a way to attack or limit ethnic people in your community, using a more of us than there are of them mentality. Number 8. The haters. Many people tend to hate the chosen ones for no reason. I know this term has been thrown around a lot, but it's the only word I can think of for people who are stuck on the hate setting. Why are there so many of these people? It reminds me of the 5 Minutes Hate in the novel 1984. Some of you most have read it before, or watched the movie 1984. But I digress, these people hate, and it seems to be their only personality trait. They often have a chosen target. And they're pretty easy to pick out. Do I even need to explain that you should avoid people who hate Marvel for hiring an ethic female writer? Or hate Kim Kardashian for having a fat ass or whatever their problem is this week? And can we please stop avoiding these people and start calling them out before everything we love disappears? Because as it stands, these people have managed to take over numerous online spaces and ensure that more inclusive shows and movies don't get made by forming hate-based groups, to ensure that their finances are used for control. What is wrong with these people? Number 7. The violent. People who carry weapons, often talk about violence, seem paranoid or distressed, and especially people who threaten violence against you, or use fear to control you or others should be avoided and reported. Number 6. The violent criminals. It's always a good idea to avoid violent criminals. Rapists, child molesters, murderers. Gang members with literal guns tucked in their waistbands. With the exception of gang members in New York City, who give great directions and always seem to know where to get the best bagels. When it comes to violent criminals, you definitely shouldn't become their friend, spouse, or employee. If you are, please report them. And avoid them in witness protection. Number 5. The abusive parents. The main priority of the chosen ones should be to protect yourself from abusive parents. I know they are your parents. But when you are stuck in such kind of toxic relationship, you will end up being traumatized, hurt, and sick mentally and psychologically. Protect your energy from them. Avoid continuing friendships and relationships with people who get high with their kids, beat them, scream in their faces, take their pants down and spank them, eat food in front of them while refusing to let the kids eat, bully or make fun of them, step on their feet, pull their hair, or kick them. Avoid them, report them, and remove their children from their care while reporting them if at all possible. Think this is common sense? Then, why have I seen someone openly punch their child in the face so many times, where absolutely no one but me, in a huge crowd of people, said absolutely anything out of fear of offending the parent? Number 4. Avoid the animal abusers. People who openly kick their dog, throw their cat across a room, pull their pets' tails, throw things at their pets. Try as much as possible to avoid them. If not, you might end up being treated like animals as well. Number 3. The emotionally needy people. Emotionally needy people are a lot like toxic people, only they do none of it intentionally. They have no emotional support system, or have not had one in the past, making them prone to emotionally dumping everything onto one or a few select people. My mother is one of these people, and I am her dumping ground, so I can say now more than ever that it's very emotionally draining. Especially for the empaths. Number 2. Avoid the selfish people. In this regard, people who cares for others and are emotionally very sensitive are often the one betrayed most by the selfish individuals. No one's need ever ends. But their needs are different form of needs. They are the one who hit you up abruptly one fine day and speak to you with utmost tenderness and charm. This sudden behaviors takes you aback and perplexes you, but at the same time makes you very glad. Then, they tell you to do something for them. As you are glad that they remember you as your well-wisher and talk sweet, you do what they want and leave peacefully for some time. Again, some fine day, out of love and compassion you hit them up, call them, but they never respond. And eventually, a storm of wretchedness plays havoc through and across your frowning face. Number 1. The two-faced people. These kind of people pretend to be a good human being who care for others, but silently they are deceitful. They change their colors like a chameleon. They are the greatest character assassins. They oversee your flaws and point those to others, and on top of it say dishonest things behind your back, out of soul hatred. They do their best to bring others around against you for their own benefit and convenience. They don't have their ambition in their life, and often have low self-esteem. Don't tell them your secrets because they are the one who take the lead off. Be very careful with them. They think they are clever ones, but the truth is far uglier for them. They, by their very foolish nature, cannot hide their ugly attitude. They live in insecurity. Their gossip spread like a virus, and you will get to know about it if others are talking behind your back. The people that come into your life, whether by chance or circumstance, are there for a reason, and it is your challenge to discover the reason they are in your life, and by accepting them exactly as they are. The most important thing to know is that not everyone is meant for us. Shield your energy from toxic people and you will live a happier life. Peace, love, and life.